Welcome to the deep dive.
It's good to be here.
Today we're going to get into something I think is one of the most fundamental human experiences.
And one of the most draining.
Right, emotional avoidance, that
Yeah.
thing we all do when something just feels like too much.
Exactly. And our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack the actual cost of that, the physiological cost of constantly pushing things down.
Because it's not just a thought, is it? It's a full body experience.
Absolutely. We want to get into the how-to of turning toward that discomfort, without getting completely overwhelmed by it.
I'm so glad you said physiological, because that's where it starts, right? Before you even have the thought, oh, I don't want to think about that, your body has already reacted. It's that sudden, quiet squeeze in your chest.
Or the jaw clenching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your nervous system remembering something your conscious mind has spent years trying to wall off.
It's an immediate, visceral reaction.
Yeah.
And it happens so fast, so much faster than our thinking brain can catch up. And so the reflex is just withdrawal.
You look away.
You look away, you change the subject, you suddenly need to go get a glass of water.
Anything to avoid what some people call that locked room, right? That place inside where the unfinished memory lives.
That's the one. And it's not always, capital T trauma.
No.
It can be the quiet weight of something incomplete, the silence from a parent, or a choice you made that you never fully sat with.
A loss you weren't allowed to grieve properly.
Exactly. It's this active living history inside you that demands constant management.
And in Gestalt terms, these are the unfinished figures, right? The parts of us that got stuck.
They're stuck and they are relentlessly seeking completion. They just want to be integrated. They want to come home.
But running from them feels so necessary. It feels like a survival mechanism.
It was. It absolutely was a brilliant survival strategy at one point. But the question is, what is that constant vigilance, that running, costing us now?
In our relationships, in our creativity.
Yes, the cost is profound. Because these things, they don't just live in your head. They live in your posture. They show up in your dreams. They're that sudden hesitation right when intimacy gets close, or just before you take a risk you know you need to take.
And we are incredible engineers when it comes to defending against that feeling. We build these walls not with bricks, but with habits.
What kind of habits?
Oh, busyness, perfectionism, just staying so busy you don't have a second to feel anything.
Numbness.
Or staying in your head and abstractions. Oh, it wasn't that bad, or I'll deal with it later.
When I'm stronger.
Exactly, when I'm stronger.
This brings us to a really powerful analogy to explain the energy drain of it all.
Oh, the beach ball.
The beach ball. Avoidance is like trying to hold a huge, buoyant beach ball underwater.
Right.
I mean, just picture it. It takes an immense, constant amount of focus and strength just to keep it submerged.
All your energy is going into that one task.
All of it. You can't be present. You can't enjoy the water. You're just holding
Your
it.
aliveness is just gone. And then the second you relax.
It bursts to the surface, often with, way more force than you expect. An outsized reaction to something small.
That makes the cost so clear. It's not free to avoid. You pay for it with your own life force.
And this is so crucial to understand. That memory, that feeling, it's not actually trying to destroy you.
It feels like it is.
I know, but it's a part of you that got stuck.
Yeah.
Just trying to be heard. It's waiting for a safe witness, which now has to be you.
Okay, so let's pivot a bit to the body. Because the body always, remember, right? It speaks in symptoms when our words can't.
Or won't, yes.
What are some of those classic physical signs?
Well, there's the obvious stuff like chronic tension, shoulders up by your ears, a diaphragm that just feels locked.
Insomnia.
Insomnia, definitely. But one of the most telling, I think, is a kind of depersonalization. That vague feeling of being unreal.
Like you're watching your own life from behind a sheet of glass.
That's it, exactly. It's the system trying to create distance from an internal experience that feels too overwhelming to be in.
And that feeling of detachment, that's a direct result of a natural life process getting cut short, isn't it? Can you unpack that idea of interrupted contact?
Yes. So any experience naturally moves in a cycle. It starts with awareness of a need, then energy builds for action, you take the action, you make contact, and then you integrate it.
Okay.
But when something's too painful or unsafe, that cycle gets broken, it gets interrupted. The energy that was mobilized to, say, cry or run or fight, it gets trapped.
So that trapped energy is what becomes the tension in my shoulders.
Precisely. And we see this interruption happening in tiny ways all day long.
Like what?
Like say someone starts to feel some real sadness, their eyes well up,
Yeah,
and then they immediately force a laugh and make a joke.
they deflect.
They deflect. Or someone feels that hot surge of justified anger rising up, and they just swallow it and say, no, no, I'm fine, it's fine.
It doesn't bother me.
Right. Or, and this is a big one, telling a really painful story from their past, but with a completely flat voice.
Total detachment.
The facts are there, but the feeling has been evacuated. It's being held somewhere else in the body.
And again, these were brilliant survival strategies. They're not mistakes.
No, they kept the system from shattering when it had no support.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that the thing that once protected us now imprisons us.
The feeling is still stuck in the body, creating tension, and stuck in our relationships, creating distance.
And for anyone listening, it's so important to hear this isn't a moral failing, it's biology. The work is simply about helping that cycle complete itself safely.
Okay, so that's the key word, safely, because the idea of leaning into that locked room, is terrifying. The impulse is to run. How do we start the practice of just staying?
That is the essential question. And the key is to shift the focus. We move away from the big, overwhelming story.
A narrative.
The narrative, yes. And we turn toward the tiny little sensation that's alive right now, in this moment. We just take a small sip.
Okay, let's make this practical. If I bring to mind something I've been avoiding, what's the first thing I do?
Just notice the immediate response in your body. Don't judge it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a knot in your stomach.
Or that urge to check my phone.
Yes. That urge to scroll or eat or get busy. That is the interruption happening in real time. And we don't fight it. We just notice it with a bit of curiosity. There's the pull to look away.
There's actually a huge relief in that, just in naming it.
It brings a moment of choice back online, doesn't it? Awareness is the first step.
Distinguishing the past threat from the present safety.
And to really feel that safety, we have to pair the awareness with grounding. This is the physiological anchor.
So feel your feet on the floor.
Feel your feet on the floor. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Just notice your breath. Don't even try to change it. You're sending a direct message to your nervous system. You are here now. You are not back there.
And what about that inner voice, the one that screams, stop, this is too much, that resistance?
You meet it with kindness, real kindness. You see it not as an enemy, but as a loyal guardian who has been on duty for far too long.
A guardian?
A guardian that protected you, and you can literally thank it. Internally, just, I see you, thank you, I'm safe now, I can handle this.
Wow. Reframing resistance as loyalty. That changes everything. You start fighting yourself.
You start abandoning yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the paradox of healing, isn't it? It begins the moment we stop running away from ourselves in the face of what happened.
The breaking already happened.
The breaking happened a long time ago. Now is about gathering the pieces, holding them with the tenderness they always deserved.
So let's talk about the future then. The goal isn't closure, like tying a neat bow on it and moving on. It's integration.
Yes. The memory transforms. It goes from being like a shard of glass in your shoe, cutting you with every step, to becoming more like a stone in your pocket.
It's still there.
It's still there. It's part of your story. But it's no longer actively wounding you. It's just there. It's been assimilated.
And all that energy we're using to hold down the beach ball, where does it go?
It's freed up. It becomes available for creativity, for intimacy, without that fear withdrawal, for joy. Life just feels more vivid.
The colors are sharper.
The colors are sharper. Even silence has a different texture because you're not half lost in that internal static anymore. You're just here.
There's a bittersweet edge to that, though, isn't there? A sadness, maybe, for the time lost, the love you held back because you were so busy managing everything inside.
Absolutely. There can be a real ache there.
And what do you do with that?
You don't do anything. You let that be part of it too. That ache is another layer of your wholeness. You can hold that grief now without it shattering you.
So when we can finally remember and breathe at the same time, what's the fundamental thing that emerges?
Self-trust. It's the quiet, deep, undeniable certainty that you can feel pain.
Right.
And you will survive. That you can hold your own history without breaking. That's not about being fixed, it's about being whole.
The past isn't erased, but the future is reclaimed.
It is fundamentally reclaimed. And you get to ask new questions.
Right. Not how do I keep surviving, but
Now that I'm not running, what do I actually want?
how will I live differently?
What kind of life honors this truth I've finally been able to meet?
Those are powerful questions.
And in the end, it comes down to this. You are not defined by what happened to you. The past shaped you, yes. But the present, The present is yours to live.
Alex.
So breathe
Yeah.
and feel your history not as chains holding you back, but as roots. The very roots that ground you, right here.